Hi everyone, my name is Rachel, and for my DIY project I'm going to teach you how to make a dish called steak gorgonzola. It's a pasta dish that you can actually find on the Olive Garden menu, but I've been told that mine it tastes way better, and it's not quite the same. So first what I do is I gather my ingredients. You'll get about a pound of steak. I choose sirloin because it's kind of a cheaper cut, but it's up to you, whatever your preference is. You'll also need some portobello mushrooms. I get the ones that are also pre-sliced, so it's less work for me, and that's about 8 ounces those containers come in. You'll also need a red onion. The original recipe called for shallots, but I usually have a red onion on hand, so that's why I just use red onions. And you'll need about a quarter to a half of a red onion, depending on the size of your onion. I get 2 containers of the crumbled blue cheese. And you'll use about 1.5 of those. I think they're 6 ounces each. You'll also need the pint size container of heavy whipping cream and a can of chicken broth and whatever noodle you decide to use with it. I usually get a rigatoni because it's easier to just throw in the pan and mix together at the end rather than pouring it over, Alfredo or linguine noodles. But it's up to you because the noodles really don't affect the taste at all. I'll start out by getting a pot of water for my noodles boiling with some salt in it and throw the noodles in once it's boiling. And I'll cook those to about an al dente consistency. That means that it's chewable, but still has a little rigidity to it because it'll cook the rest of the way in the pan once I add it in at the end. And while those noodles are boiling, I will take my pound of sirloin. I'll cut it up into 1-inch cubes, salt and pepper it, and put it in a pan with some hot olive oil. You'll cook that to about a medium rare temperature and then pull the meat out of that pan and put it into a bowl. And then you'll add your portobello mushrooms to the pan. You'll probably need to add some more olive oil to it because the mushrooms tend to soak up the liquid in the pan pretty quickly. And you'll salt and pepper the mushrooms as well. Once the mushrooms get to a softer, chewier consistency, you'll pull those out of the pan and put those in with the meat that you have set aside. And then you'll put in your quarter to a half of red onion, chopped up red onion, into the pan that the mushrooms just came out of. And you'll cook the onions till they're fragrant and soft. And then you'll take your can of chicken broth. I use about a half to 3/4 of it and deglaze your pan. What that does is it breaks up the brown bits that are in the bottom of the pan and gives your sauce some really nice flavor. Once the chicken broth gets to about half as much as what you originally put in, you can go ahead and add your heavy whipping cream and your container and a half of blue cheese. And you'll melt all that down so that it gets to, one consistency. And then you can add in your mushrooms and meat and noodles. Stir all that up and bring it all to one temperature, which will also cook the noodles a little bit further so that they're nice and chewy when you're ready to eat it. And like I said, toss it all together and you can serve it up. And I've gotten great reviews from it. So if you give it a try, I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.